Hey guys, it's Fred. I found another interesting story here. This one here also pertains to Walmart, just like the Danville Police Department in Danville, Kentucky. The three of their officers did a dementia, elderly gentleman. These officers here did the same thing to a special needs lady with the mind of an 8-year-old. All of us has probably known somebody like this in their life that looks perfectly normal and with body features and all that, but their mind is just not developed. And that's what we've got here, but I'll let you watch it.
Needs gets accused of shoplifting from a local Walmart, and despite pleas from her family that she can't understand what's going on, police throw Jodie Cosme to the ground and handcuff her.
7 Action News investigator Heather Catalo has the video of this disturbing incident, and it will shock you. Also, Heather has the 911 call that shows police were told from the start about Jodie's special needs. Heather, what's going on here?
Well, Jodie Cosme was accused of stealing these hair ties that cost less than $5. And even though Jodie never stole anything, her family says the way police handled Jodie that day totally broke her trust in them. Jodie Cosme loves music. I don't mind spending every day. And singing. And her parents say she's extremely friendly and trusting. But Jodie is not your typical 25-year-old. She had a birth defect that left her with mental impairment and a very low IQ. That's why Jodie's parents, Wendy and John, always make sure a family member is with her. And if she were ever separated from them, they taught her to find a police officer for help. But what happened to Jodie has left her terrified of the police.
I was disgusted. I knew that would affect her for the rest of her life.
Jodie's nightmare all started with a shopping trip with her grandmother and cousin inside a Livonia Walmart and ended up with Jodie being thrown to the ground, handcuffed, and in tears. Walmart store security cameras were watching Jodie's every move on a Friday in August of 2012. Jodie's grandma allows Jodie to shop for herself a bit, always keeping in contact by cell phone from a few aisles away. After Jodie chooses a set of hair ties that cost $3.87, Jodie and her grandma check out and head toward the parking lot. But before they can exit the store, two large men approach Jodie and accuse her of shoplifting. It turns out they are Walmart asset protection staff in plain clothes. But Jodie's mom says Jodie thought they were trying to abduct her.
At the time she called me, the only thing she told me was that a man was trying to take her out of the store.
Even though Jodie's grandma repeatedly tries to explain to Walmart that Jodie has special needs, Jodie's mom says no one would listen.
They had no interest in looking at her bag, looking at the receipt, nothing.
Hi, this is Walmart North. We have a shoplifter that isn't cooperating.
A Walmart staffer called Livonia police, and the Cosme family thought everything would be sorted out.
My mom said, Jodie, the police are on their way. It's gonna be okay, honey. And so the total opposite happened.
4 police officers enter the store. One of them pushes Jodie's cousin away from her. The other 3 surround Jodie and tell her to put her hands behind her back.
They went to cuff her without telling her, without explaining, without talking her through anything. And then when she was taught, as we told her, don't touch me, her hands went up and they threw her to the ground and got on top of her. She thought she was going to die.
Minutes later, Wendy arrives, but she says a Livonia sergeant won't let her near her daughter, who's now detained in a small room.
And I told them that her IQ was very low and that I was her guardian and that it was the equivalent of holding an 8-year-old without representation, and I needed to be by her side.
Wendy Cosme says the sergeant claimed they were never told that Jodie is mentally impaired. The 911 call to Livonia police tells a different story.
Are they detained right now?
No, we can't detain her, and she's claiming that she's special needs. She's not complying at all. And you can catch that she's special needs, right?
Eventually, Wendy is allowed to be with Jodie. She shows the officers Jodie has nothing hidden on her body, and she says the officers start to realize Jodie hasn't stolen hair ties or anything else.
This is what we're all about here.
Attorney Deborah Gordon says after the Cosmas could not get an apology from Livonia Police or Walmart, they decided to file this lawsuit.
They took somebody akin to an 8-year-old and treated her this way, and she had done absolutely nothing wrong.
John and Wendy say Jodie still has nightmares and breaks down crying because she doesn't understand why this happened. And as part of their lawsuit, they're demanding that the Livonia Police Department be trained in how to manage people with mental impairments.
These are our weakest citizens. And for something like this to happen to our weakest citizens is just, again, outrageous.
A Walmart spokeswoman told me that they have not seen the lawsuit yet, but they are looking into the allegations. As for Livonia, their city attorney told us in a written statement that the police officers did not know if Jodie Cosma had a weapon, and because she responded, quote, violently to their efforts to detain her, they used basic techniques to handcuff Jodie. The city...
Where did you see any violent? Where did we see anywhere where she responded violently? You're talking about a lady, just like Mr. Hardwick at Danville at the Walmart in Danville, Kentucky. Never even told he was under arrest, just grabbed him. Put your hands behind your back. What in the world is going on with our police officers today? Where did this machoism and this personality and attitude come from that we have to beat down our fellow citizens and women? Special needs, dementia, elderly, the very people that they should be looking out for the most, the ones that they should be caring for to make sure nobody else mistreats these people. And they're the ones doing it? What in the... Guys, it's Fred. Please like, subscribe, and share.